Say ginger.
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 Gingerbread?
No, not gingerbread. It's just ginger.
Oh.
Yeah, just ginger. Hi, Tipsmiths. The Tipsmith Society. So, welcome to my kitchen. This is going to be a very informal kitchen time. So, yeah, very raw. I was going to go live on YouTube, and then I suddenly realized that I hadn't posted in Tipsmith today, because Thursday is my day to post, and I'm constantly forgetting to post something here. Even though I truly love you guys, I just always forget for some reason, even though I have reminders set all over the place. So I thought instead of going live on YouTube, I would go live over here, and you guys can join me in my chaotic house. I'm sure you're hearing dogs. I ended up getting my mother-in-law's dog today unexpectedly. So I have a mother-in-law dog, my dog, and then all three of the boys, which makes a really loud house. So forgive any noise. So I thought I would just invite you into my kitchen as I finish up dinner and as I make something that I thought you guys might be intrigued by. And Wilder is here joining us, right? Right? I often have people ask me how I work, and just a side tangent. It's my carriers. I just love all my carriers. And I got this, it's called the Tush Baby. Lucy, no. So it's called the Tush Baby, and I got it for West, never used it. And now for the first time I get to use it for Wilder, and it has been a game changer. I love my carriers, like the full-on carriers, but this Tush Baby thing is simply amazing. I love it. So Wilder's joining us. We've got a little Tush Baby, and we can corral around the kitchen. So what I'm making today for dinner is going to be, I have over here, maybe I should pick it up. I'll pick it up and try to show it to you guys. Nope, that's hot. Never mind. I wonder if I can bring the camera over. Okay, if you have ever had extra upside down lasagna or lazy lasagna, I have an upside down lasagna over at healinghomerecipes.co, but it's very similar to the lazy lasagna in Trim Healthy Cookbook and Trim Healthy, Trim Healthy Table and Trim Healthy Cookbook. Very similar. If you ever have leftovers of that and you don't want to just eat the leftovers, you gotta go find something to do. I can't talk right now.
I want you to do that.
Not right now, honey.
How do I wait?
You can wait. You'll be waiting a while though. If you have leftovers, try this. And if you have little kids and you don't mind having a crossover, add your dream-filled pasta noodles to it, or you can even add the cognac noodles to a side, and it ends up using up the leftovers wonderfully. I love it. My kids love it. My husband loves it. So there's a lazy lasagna hack if you're looking for a way to use your lazy lasagna leftovers. So I have that going on over here. And over here in my empty pan, this is what I wanted to make with you guys today. It is a sugar-free elderberry syrup. I have been eating lots of these. This is fermented honey garlic. We've been sick for like ever. I don't know about you guys, but the sickness, if you feel this, like, comment below, because I need to know that I'm not alone. It feels like colds and flus and everything just feels different this year for some reason. Yeah, that's what I think. Everything feels different this year. So, I've been trying to boost my immune system with fermented garlic and elderberry syrup, which is what I'm going to make over here. And I just realized I might not have went live in Tipsmiths. I feel like I might be live in one of the old groups. If I am, I'm sorry. I hope I'm live in Tipsmiths. I should go and check. But even if I'm not, I'll post it where it's supposed to be later. So I'm going to make a sugar-free elderberry syrup, and then I'll be done and let you guys go on your merry ways. So if you've never made a sugar-free elderberry syrup, it's remarkably easy. I have the recipe over at healinghomerecipes.co. Hey, there's somebody here. So I was just saying that I'm not sure if I'm live at the right place. Am I live at the Tipsmith Society, or did I go live in one of the old groups? I don't know. If you're here and you want to tell me, because I can't see, you should tell me. I'm wondering if I might be live in the wrong spot, which is fine, because I can I'll download it and upload it into the right spot at some point. So if you're just popping over, we're just doing an informal day in my kitchen as I make dinner. So I'm reusing the lazy lasagna over here. And then I'm also making some elderberry syrup, which is the secondary thing to the fermented garlic that I have been using to just boost our immune systems, because it feels like sicknesses are just different this year. And it just feels like we're always sick.
More power.
Okay, we can charge it in a little bit. So if you've never made elderberry syrup, it's so easy and it smells so good. It's sort of like having wassail going during Christmas time. It has that same aroma. So I just started by adding 4 cups of water. And one thing that I always add to my elderberry syrup is baobab powder, because the baobab has just amazing vitamin C. And I'm not going to be able to measure because I have the baby over on the tush baby. So I'm just going to actually dump some in, and I always start that up right away.
I'll be like that.
And then to rev everything up, I'm adding cayenne pepper and ginger. So we're gonna creatively, oops, that's the wrong knife. We're going to creatively add some, can't do anything with the dog, sorry. We're gonna add some ginger, so I'm just cutting up the ginger. And I don't need a ton of ginger. Ugh. It's hard to do this one-handed. And you don't have to get it super fine. It can be in chunks, because I'm going to let this simmer on the stove for at least an hour, if not longer. So doing this one-handed is very different. I don't usually do it one-handed. So I cut up about 5 pieces of ginger to add to the elderberry syrup. You don't need to grind it. You can just add it just like this into the water. And I'm going to put some gentle sweet in there. I mentioned cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is optional, but it's another one of the ways that it just revs up the system, revs up the immune system, revs up the metabolism. So if you're fighting some sort of illness, it's just great to add if you can tolerate to your elderberry syrup. Same thing with the fermented garlic. It's the garlic just revs everything up, which is helpful to your immune system. So I'm starting with a 1/4 cup of gentle sweet, and you can add more, especially if you're giving this to your children. And I always say don't give it to children under, kind of like honey. My personal opinion is I just don't do it under the age of 1. And that's just my personal preference, but you can do your own research on that. And then, so for 4 cups of water, it's 1 cup of elderberries. So I have elderberries. I always get my elderberries from Frontier Co-op, because they always, a lot of the other companies I feel like run out too often. So I like getting it from Frontier because they seem to be very consistent. And I'm not going to measure again. I've made this so many times. I'm just going to kind of dump it and go. So, oh, and then the cayenne pepper. So that's all I need to make an elderberry syrup. Am I forgetting anything? Cayenne. Cinnamon. Cinnamon, another thing that revs the metabolism. So I'm going to grab some cinnamon sticks, and I throw that in there. And cloves, I forgot the cloves. Cloves, do you want that? He's at the point of teething, so I feel like anything and everything that I grab, he wants to put in his mouth. So I'm also grabbing about a tablespoon of cloves. Throwing that in there. And cayenne pepper. So I can't find my cayenne, and I'm sure you don't want to just watch me look for spices, so I'm going to leave that out for now. And I'm just going to give it a stir, and it simmers on my stove on low for at least an hour, if not longer. Especially if I'm doing it in the morning. I love just letting it go for hours, and it just fills the whole house with a wonderful aroma. And the shadows are for some reason going funky, so I'm sorry for that. If you've never made an elderberry syrup, all you have to do is stick it in mason jars or some sort of airtight container and store it in your fridge. And then I always do 1 to 2 tablespoons for adults and 1 to 2 teaspoons for children, but do your own research on that because everybody has a different quantity that they find most effective. So if you are looking for an elderberry syrup recipe, that one's super easy. You can make any recipe that you find online sugar-free just by adding gentle sweets. Also go check out the fermented garlic because I'm starting to swear by this for boosting the immune system during the winter season. And thanks for joining me in my kitchen. I'm gonna finish this live and go find out if I actually went live in the right group or not. We'll see you guys next time.